foundation of the live stream. But anyway, sorry, we can speak again. But Andrew, yeah, I know, I agreed. I think that's that's what's coming from this whole thing, which is, I think generally the fans we're all kind of coming to this realization. Not that we didn't know, but now it's just becoming even more real that we're gonna have we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have an actual show where where these individuals that we read about and laughed about making casting, lists, and thought about our favorite actors. It's actually gonna happen. So I think that in and of itself, even those of us that are, advancing in age from our youthful selves back in the day, we're still extremely excited about. And man, I really want this thing to be so successful. Just part of me wants to see.
I hope they try to bring Billy Zane back.
Oh, you do? Interesting. So, but in what role?
I mean, no, that was complete sarcasm. That was just. I think it'd be kind of funny if they did, just to kind of poke fun at everybody,
Okay, so so Andrew, you don't know this.
Probably an inside joke for.
You don't know this about me, but give me an idea, and I want to try to make it work. Right? So you're like, we'll bring Billy Zane back, and I'm like, yes, he could be. And I'm thinking through, like, who could we bring him back at that would be like a cool nod to something silly, but it would be like a funny, like you said, just like a funny nod to the fans. But yeah, that's what I was reacting to, is like, yeah, seriously, let's get him in here somehow. I wish they would put him in. By the way, I completely doubt that's not going to happen. But well, at least that's how I would view it. I don't think it's going to happen. But part of me was like, no, we can find a place for him. Whether or not. Oh, he could be like Sen.
Dark friend number 3.
Or he could be Uno. He could totally play Uno.
Play Uno.
No. Oh no.
He can play Uno. That's amazing. That's a great idea. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I gotta find the name here. I can't believe I'm blanking on it.
I was gonna say he would make a good Sen from the two Rivers. I think I could imagine him just kind of over there, like just getting pissed off about everything and being
one of the Coplans or the Congars.
Yeah, I think he could.
He
could. That's what I'm saying. We could fit him in somewhere. I think that we should put a petition up there. Who should Billy Zane play? But no, from everything that I would imagine, I know that's not going to happen.
I think we should ban Andrew for putting that in your mind.
I'm sorry, guys.
By the way, I'm not letting go of that. You know how that is, right? Like, I still talk about Asmodean, so that's not going to go away.
Yeah, you want to talk about Matt was the most upset person on the face of the earth about Asmodean.
There's a long story. Maybe I'll tell it in some live thing, but I feel like right now is not the right time. But there's a funny story about how that ended up in the glossary and how I might have played a part in that. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Let's just say.
Save it for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm saving it for the next episode. But you can tell. Maybe this comes across like getting me talking about the Wheel of Time and my normal kind of reclusive self. I can get pretty exuberant about things. So and that happened. That happened. So yeah, we'll talk about that next time. Well, Andrew, thank you very much for calling in. Hopefully we'll figure out the technical issues in the future, and next week or the week after that, we'll do another live show and call in. Hopefully you'll call in again or, watch and, just send us some notes, whatever. If you have any suggestions, we'll probably put out some requests of like, what type of topic do we cover? But I think most of the focus of the show is probably going to be on the Wheel of Time TV series, other than doing some interviews with, individuals that we might want to bring in live to the studio, which would be a lot of fun. Maybe get Brandon in. But yeah, let us, leave us a comment, throw us a note on Twitter, whatever it is. And I hope you keep listening. I hope you come back, and I hope this turns into something even more fun than it, and we have fewer technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, definitely. This has been great. People that actually care about detail, that's very rare nowadays. So thank you for hosting this.
Oh man, yeah, Minutia Geeks, you found us. You found us. If you didn't know they existed, they exist, and we like to find them, and we get excited when we find somebody like that. So no, again, thank you for jumping in. A lot of people are, I'm sure, hesitant to call. I appreciate you jumping on the line and doing this. This is some really geeky stuff that we're doing here. That's awesome. So, and we'll talk to you next time.
This is great. Yeah, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. We'll talk soon.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Matt. So who's your pick for Lan? If you could pick anybody.
Oh, man. Lan. By the way, Shannon threw out that Agenor could be played by Billy Zane. Yeah, there you go. Let's see.
Before the melting, I like that.
Lan. See, I don't really... I'll be honest. Lan isn't one of the ones I care most about, other than, like, he's iconic, right? Lan's iconic,
Right.
and I want... To me, Lan is like a Rosamund Pike kind of like casting. Like, I need someone that just brings with him, like, the chops that we all know he already has, and that we just see him and we're like, damn, that's Lan. You know, like, I want that feeling from it. I didn't need that when it came to all of the Edmund fillers. You know, it was kind of like, I mean, as long as Nynaeve, I wanted her to have some gravitas. Other than Nynaeve, I didn't have anything specific. So I don't know. Who are you guys thinking for Lan?
See, I like Donnie Yen. That's my pick.
Donnie Yen. Oh yeah, sure.
That's exactly who I picked too. Oh my God, what are the odds?
I just don't feel like he's bulky enough. I feel like Lan is bulky, but maybe he's not. Maybe that's just my messed up impression of him. But I feel like there's some bulk to him. But maybe there doesn't have to be there. You know, I guess again, I get caught up. I think I let go of some characters, and then I like really hold tight to some other characterizations that I want to see. So, but yeah, I could.
If Tom Cruise can play Jack Reacher, then I mean, come on, you know, I think we can handle it.
He might be too. No. It also, you know, he may be too old for Nynaeve, but it's you know, he's the character. Well, yeah, the character is supposed to be a good 2 decades at least older than she is, but.
I'm seeing what they could do with is Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, interesting.
I don't know. I just see him as a caveman. I can't.
Oh God, that's like 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm sorry.
You just see him as the caveman. Yeah. Brendan Fraser. Yeah, I mean, he's done so many of those.
Think more. Rick, what the hell's his last name?
Rick Astley. It's Rick Astley.
No.
Astley, yeah.
From The Mummy.
Rick.
Listen, Rick Astley is a very handsome man. Just a bit.
I'm not saying it's not.
That is also a movie from many, many months ago.
Yeah, right.
Who are you talking about, Nat? Rick who?
What the hell is Callahan? The Mummy. Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
Yes.
What about him?
So picture him
Yeah.
with like fake better hair. And
I don't know. I'd
like,
have to see because the last time I saw him, he was kind of juicy.
Yeah.
that is
Joey.
I think he could probably slim up.
I'm with Andrew
He's got
here.
the physicality for the role that I want.
See, Andrew's threw out Daniel Day-Lewis. I can see that.
He's not going to come back to acting for this, though.
You never know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I haven't kept up with him, so I don't know. Is he out? Timothy Dalton for Ishmael. Interesting. Why am I not seeing?
Oh, Timothy Dalton for anything. Timothy Dalton for Raven.
Timothy Dalton for Ishmael.
Raven.
I mean, there is something there. Like when I'm seeing kind of some of these older, really kind of gray bearded versions of or images of Timothy Dalton, like because Ishmael's got to have that kind of. Like, this goes back to Mary, to your point. Like, some of the Forsaken, they've just got to bring with them kind of some chops already, you know? I'm really hoping that we see some casting. Not all of them or anything, but I'm really hoping that some of them, like Ishmael, right? He's got to be somebody that just can carry. He's got to carry.
I don't know, but
a
he's
long
so
way.
CG for the first bit, right? Like.
Okay. No, I mean, you're making a good point. Well, if that's why they want to handle him, but yes, you could get away with.
the other thing about the Forsaken is they have to be young but very, very, very old. You know.
But not ageless because they're not.
No.
And the Forsaken are
they're
pretty.
very old. They look young, but they have to be old. They're 2,000 whatever years old.
I just sort of think, I wonder if that's going to be one of the conceits we lose really quickly.
Hey, remember, their age has a lot to do with how close they were to the, how deep they were actually, closed up in war. So some of them were aging, some were not as much. So I think, Ishmael's just messed up, right? So what is that? That's too geeky, huh? Okay.
It's not too geeky. Listen, I am there with you in the trenches, my friend. All I'm saying is, this is TV.
I get it. I guess
It's
my point
show,
is,
don't tell.
like I found that the Forsaken I just haven't let go of, so I'm gonna work on this over the next, I'm gonna work on this over the next little bit to let go of the casting of the Forsaken. I let go other places, and I just clearly need to let go there, and just trust the process, right? There's a fun statement.
Yeah.
Let's just trust the process. Oh man. Yeah. Well, let's see. I don't know if there's anybody else that's jumped into the line. No one else has called us. Yeah, we're back on. You can tell some people have found out that we're jumping back in. I'll get better at handling all of the different, social media accounts or find other people to do them. So in a case like this, they can be communicating and I don't have to worry about it. I probably should have sent a note to Twitter saying, "Hey, we're back." But I feel like everyone that jumped into the first hour and 15, they got a feel for it. And it sounds like, at least I think Shannon made the comment that the audio is a little bit better this time around, so that's good. We did test the system out, by the way, to those people that are watching. We tested it. It was working really well, but it's always then you go live, and that's when you find your problems. That's part of the process too. So, as far as, is there anything else you guys have as far as who was cast already? I think Lan is probably a good target for who gets cast next. But is there anything that you, from a casting perspective, just like I was holding on to the Forsaken, is there anything that you're holding on to kind of personally where like, this is going to really bother me if they mess it up kind of moment? Is there anything that you guys, from a picking an actor to fill a spot, does anyone else have a Forsaken version like me?
I think Tom is going to be really hard. I really do.
Tom is going to be really hard?
And I can't even picture anybody who I think would, it's going to have to be, in my opinion, somebody that's not well known.
Yeah, I guess that one's going to matter to me. Like, I'm not, like, you're saying
Tom
right
here?
now.
Yeah.
You're saying it, and I'm kind of going like, they can play without a little bit. I don't think it's going to bother me as much as like an Ishmael or a Lanfear. But yeah. But he's iconic. Tom, yeah. Some of these roles, some of these older people are just so iconic that they're probably going to matter. They're probably going to matter more to us in some ways than some of the younger roles. Like Matt just has to be a, the kind of some youth that would go around doing stupid stuff, and we let it go. But it's like Tom really has to kind of carry something. And Shannon just mentioned Swan. I think that's another iconic role I'm looking forward to. Maybe that's the, for the format of the next one that we do of this, I was thinking about doing them every week, but the question will become, is it just become kind of a call-in show about like a casting before it's cast show, or kind of really waiting to do the live interactions as we get more casting news here, because we gotta. To get through the first couple shows, they're going to start in September. We've got to be hearing a bunch, not a ton more, but enough for the kind of main named roles. So I kind of feel like we'll be able to jump in and do the show, maybe every 2 weeks at least, and hopefully we'll get some new information to kind of get reactions about what's going on. Let me see if there's anybody else in the kind of the call in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. No one wants to get on and hear us pontificate about their ideas. So why don't we? I think this is a good time to maybe call it. and I know we're at the stream's back up and working, so it's like, shoot, it's all working well now. But why don't we call it for the night, and then we'll just watch, go out there, kind of follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter. You can find us at The Dusty Wheel. If you can't find us there, whatever, follow us on Theoryland, and you'll see, we'll retweet it from there. And, you can follow us on Facebook. I have created a Facebook page. There's an Instagram page. We just haven't done much with them yet. Honestly, we weren't sure that you guys were going to show up and want to talk, other than I was hopeful my friends would get on the phone and chat with me about it. So thanks to you, Mary, Nat, and Todd, and Sarah and Jason. Thanks for you guys jumping on too, and Therese also. It was nice to talk with some of you that I hadn't talked to probably at least since JordanCon. But then thank you for those that did call in. I think it was Joe, John, and Andrew. Really appreciate you guys spending the time today, and those of you in the chat. I've been watching some of your reactions. I'll get back to them maybe tonight. Maybe might reply to some of the things I saw there. But I really appreciate you guys sticking around, watching us, and hopefully you liked it. Send us your comments. Let us know. What is that cliche? Like the video and send us your comments, whatever it goes. But yeah, send us some notes, what you'd like to hear about next, what you'd like to actually voice an opinion about, call in about. We'd love to know. But expect to hear about us again. Follow us again on those channels, and you won't miss another live stream. And hopefully next time, the technical issues won't be such an issue for us. And yes, we're, like you guys are saying, we're going to try some Skype, some Zoom. We're going to try some things, and we'll innovate on this thing. And hopefully within the next 6 months, we'll really figure out a really solid live call-in kind of talk show approach. And just in time for hopefully by the end of next year, we'll have a show. Oh, maybe it'll be 2021. Who knows? We can speculate about that next time. But thank you to all three of you, really, guys. It's awesome to hear your voices. We don't talk enough. This is awesome. This is my excuse to chat with you about the Wheel of Time, and then find maybe a couple new friends out there that also like to do it too. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you. We'll hopefully talk to you guys soon again. And thanks everybody out there. Welcome. Thanks for coming to Dusty Wheel. Yep. See ya. Bye bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you setting it up.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time.